What's going on, guys? I just wanted to give you guys a quick life health update of some of the issues that I have been going on. I was really sick late last year, and most people do not know except for my close family and friends. I went through a lot mentally and physically to the point where I had to stop training for a few months, a couple of times. And I'll go into detail on what happened and what I did. But first, I want to mention I'm 42 years old, so I take my health very serious. So if anything ever does come up or happen, I make sure I get it looked at, get it taken care of. Which brings me to our sponsor for this video, Home. The reason why Home is important is because it lets you keep track of your health. After you reach the age of 30, a man's hormone levels decrease by 1 to 2% each year. Maybe you're starting to feel more tired than usual, less energy, not in a good mood. Maybe you're holding on to more body fat, or it's harder for you to build muscle. That could be because of hormone imbalances. Home helps you optimize your natural hormone levels with a simple and painless at-home test that you can administer yourself and send back to the lab to get test results. Everything you need will be included in your own assessment test, which includes a prepaid return envelope, lancets, blood sample collection card, and very simple and clear instructions on how to complete the test. Once you get your lab results back, you will get a video call with a licensed physician that will go over your results and let you know if you need any treatment. Hone is a premier men's health clinic that treats your health with real physicians, real science, and real FDA-approved methods of treatment. It is important to get checked, guys, if you're over the age of 30, because hormone optimization can increase muscle mass, decrease body fat, improve focus, stabilize your mood, and help with stress management if your hormone levels are not where they should be. Order Home's easy-to-use at-home assessment test today and take control of your health and future. Click the link below and get started today for only $45. Although I'm not a medical expert, Home Health is, and they'll be there every step of the way to help you get back on track to a better you. Really hope you guys take advantage of this, because sometimes we as men don't know what's going on with us. As we age and reach a certain age, our hormones start declining, our testosterone lowers, and this is a good way to get tested and get back on track and start feeling good about yourself and even better than before. I know I've been looking for something like this because with my health and what's been going on with me, I want to make sure all my bases are covered and everything is on track where it should be. But bringing it back to what I was talking about earlier, late last year, I started getting motion sickness, vertigo. I started getting really sick. I started feeling really dizzy. Felt like I was in a faint half the time, or if not more. I didn't know what was going on. I went to all kinds of doctors to figure out what was going on with me. No one was able to tell me what was going on. I started thinking maybe it was my diet. Maybe I was deficient in something. Maybe it's something that I missed I wasn't looking after. Long story short, I went months trying to figure it out, and I couldn't figure it out. At the same time though, when the whole COVID thing started, I started training more from home than usual, and I started training barefoot. I started hitting my toes. I stubbed my toes a few times. It started getting really ugly. One of the nails started looking like it was gonna fall off, but I didn't think nothing of it. I just worked through the pain. I figured I'll just slap some cream on it and maybe it'll go away. But it never got better. Up until a point where my wife mentioned that Bob Marley died from a toe infection. When she said that, that kind of alarmed me and figured, okay, maybe it's this whole illness that I have, the vertigo, and maybe it stems from my toe. Sure enough, I went to a podiatrist to get it checked out, and he looked at it and he told me that the toenail had to come off. So he took the toenail off. He gave me some antibiotics, and within 2 weeks, it healed and everything got better. I wasn't dizzy anymore. Everything seemed to be fine. So the whole problem stemmed from my foot. Little did I know that a toe infection way down there at the tip of my body was causing all this mayhem up in my head. Feeling really dizzy, feeling like I'm going to faint. Living every day, every week, even a few months, just focusing on just not fainting, not falling down, feeling dizzy. It felt like the whole room was moving. I was, just out of balance. My equilibrium was off. It was a really awful feeling. I don't wish that on anyone. So I wanted to talk to you guys about that. if you ever get a toe infection, make sure to have it looked at and have it taken care of, because an infection will give you vertigo. It'll just start messing with your health eventually if you don't treat it. And that's what it did for me, to the point where I had to go to the ER because I didn't know what was happening. But it's funny because I went to all these doctors and no one was telling me that it was my toe infection, even though I mentioned it to them. I showed them my toe, and they all told me that it had nothing to do with it. Up until I went to a podiatrist and he told me that it had everything to do with it, and he fixed it. So make sure to, just wanted to talk to you guys about this and how it affected me, because it did affect me mentally a lot. I started getting depressed. I started getting sad because there was nothing I could do. I felt really helpless because I'm a physical guy. I like to work out, and I had to stop training for a few months. So it definitely affected me mentally, and it humbled me to the point where I had to rethink my life, and I had to set my priorities and figure out what was more important. So for a few months, everything had to stop, and I had to focus on me, focus on my health, focus on getting better. And it turned out it was a toe infection. Interesting, that happened a month later. My other toe got infected, but I knew what was going on, so I had that one taken care of and fixed. But it was a couple months of going back and forth of the dizziness, and I'm just thankful to God that everything turned out okay. That I'm 100% now. I'm training at 100%. I'm back at 100%, and I'm just trying to get my conditioning back, trying to get my training back. I'm really excited to produce more content for you guys. So I'm going to be cranking out more content for you guys, more YouTube videos. And that was my story, guys. A lot of you guys didn't know, but behind the scenes I was feeling really awful. I was really rethinking what I was going to do, if maybe I had to do something else, because I could not do this anymore. I couldn't train for months. The thought it wasn't an option for me. The way I was feeling dizzy all the time, I could not work out anymore. It was just really hard. So I was thinking that was it for me as far as training goes, but luckily it worked out. The whole root of it was down in my toe, and I got it fixed, but I went months not knowing what it was. But I'm bringing awareness, so if you ever get an infection, whether it's in your toe, it's in your teeth, or your tooth, make sure to have it looked at, because it could cause all kinds of mayhem. But I'm thankful that everything is up and up. So guys, if you want to make sure to live your best days fully optimized, to have all day energy to go to work or work out, or even just be able to play with your kids, make sure to check out our sponsor Home and take their easy home assessment test. Just click the link in the description to get started. That's it for today's health update, guys. I'm really excited to be able to create more content for you guys, and I'm all better. Comment down below what you'd like to see next, and I'll see you next time.